Okay, so I guess I am going to respond really quickly here to Randy's video, which I found to be very helpful, very useful, and I did find that to be a very substantial and clear engagement, although I really, really disagree. I really do with most of what you say, and you're helping me ease my conscience as I say goodbye to YouTube. Randy, first off, I really don't know what you're talking about. To tell you the truth, we live in an age of unprecedented forgetting. Now, I'm going to back up here before I say too much more here. I want to make this very clear. First off, so you're suggesting here that the people on YouTube who have the most subscriptions are providing original stuff, like original information? Is this the argument that you're going to suggest? I almost don't know what to say to you, man. Are you really going to claim that the videos that have been most watched of yours are original? What does that even mean? When I look at my videos, there is some sense in which I would want to say all of it is original. It's all me. And then another part of me would say, look, none of it's me. It's all my reaction and responses to things. Are some of my videos original? Well, yes, Randy. Many of them are reporting on things that I've written, which supposedly are original contributions. The Futuralness is freedom thing, you don't think that that's mine? The notion on electricity and electrical digital time, you don't think that that's mine? I mean, I have proprietary rights to some of this, and I feel ridiculous defending this as originally mine. See, I feel like I'm kind of being caught here. In one sense, so much of what I'm saying is I think it's ethereal ownership, intellectual private property is dubious at best, and we live in an age of unprecedented forgetting. You make it seem like if people haven't read Epictetus, they've already got it. And I really, really am suspicious. I'm very suspicious of your equating book culture with consumerism. See, this is a major, major shortcoming in your video. If you want to be honest with yourself, the problem in your video is suggesting that it's just as easy to read and digest an author as it is to go and eat a bag of munchies. Sorry to tell you, Randy, it's not. There's lots and lots of books that you will have to earn and be up to. You will struggle to win them. You know, there's a great line that says it takes almost as much genius to understand a great idea as to create it. Yeah, that came from Alan Kay. Yeah, Alan Kay once said that. He was talking about Ford. I think it may even been Ford that he was citing. But it's funny, if you don't remember who said it, it seems like you came up with it. Yeah, history's funny that way. Um, I don't know what to say about what it is that you want. What I want out of YouTube is, I guess I wanted to prove some people wrong, and I'm willing to grant that I'm wrong now. And so, I mean, if that's what you wanted, I'm happy to say, okay, you're right. Um, I wanted to believe that there could be the possibility of using benchmarks, and by a benchmark I mean an actual piece of text, an actual claim, and have some possibility of fruitful, meaningful discussion. By that I mean challenging oneself and others to scrutinize one's beliefs, one's assumptions, and hopefully find new vistas for thought. Um, I don't think that I'm sitting on here giving old wine in new bottles and or just suggesting that all of the truths have already been done and all we need to do is recover it. I don't think at any point I've said that, Randy. I think what I've said is that thought emerges in dialogue with others. And the question is, what others are you in dialogue with? Um, I guess Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that I want out of YouTube. Maybe I was wrong to want anything out of it. I think you want me to say, yeah, all my videos are just telling people to, I don't know, to read. I guess in some sense, I'll say that's partly true. I fear for the future. And I guess I'm not sure if we're in agreement or disagreement. I'm very suspicious of the idea of intelligence being simply something you're given with. I did not grow up an intellectual kid. I did not. I did not have lots of advantages. I grew up a farm kid. And I discovered books largely late in high school, and when I got to college, I was a hungry young person. And I watched what everyone took to be a dumb kid, and who I still feel like is a dumb kid, but I watched other people's evaluation of me change. And I came to realize that I was just believing that I was dumb, and I had sort of written myself off. And I think part of me believes in the transformative power of ideas and books, and I want to spread that. I want other people to transform themselves. Now, you could tell me that great transformation occurs by people sitting around, farting around on YouTube, watching videos, and you're right. It may not be happening, it may be happening. I don't think that it is. My sense of it is that there's actually something more profound that goes on in the neurophysiology of the brain, right? That's part of the argument. When you sit down and carefully study texts for a long time. And this is very important, Randy. This is very important, that the more that the people you speak with just speak your language and it's easy to understand and you can sort of guzzle down what they have to say because it's just in plain language, the less your brain is actually growing to accommodate, and it's not developing new synapse connections, it's not actually structuring itself to acquire in its acquiring of new information. Instead, it seems like you're learning lots of stuff. I don't know that you really are. I think when you face your own shortcomings, when you take a difficult text and you humble yourself with it and struggle through it, when at first it doesn't make sense, and then slowly it does, you've changed yourself so that now it looks like it makes sense. Without that kind of struggle, without that kind of direct confrontation with one's own shortcomings, I don't think that people can really develop themselves. I'm skeptical of what I think you are equating a consumer model with reading model, and I'm very skeptical of the idea that you can really cultivate yourself by just hearing videos of original people saying what's originally theirs and that didn't come from some other source or something like this. That may be entertaining, and it may be fun, and it may tickle people's brain, but I don't know if any kind of personal growth happens through that. If it does, this is what I would call a surface growth, a superficial growth. Oh yeah, change of opinion, a change of belief, not a change in the plate tectonics of your mind. A tree has bark because it must. There is something about shaping oneself against hardship and struggle. I don't know if a quick YouTube video is going to give that in a way that book cultures can, in a way that difficult reading can. It's about difficulty and challenge, and does YouTube allow for enough resistance, and not just emotional in your face backlash. I'm talking about actual difficulty resistance. I think there's a tendency when we struggle with a book to try to struggle through it. When we struggle with what someone says, we get irritated with the person and we start to lash out. I think that to me is one of the crucial differences. I would really want to question your metaphor. Is reading just one more activity of consumption? I also think it's interesting, Randy, that you shot your video with all those books behind you. Do you think that maybe, just maybe, you're already standing on what made possible your articulate criticism of me, and you're not realizing that other people may not have that advantage? I think we can do both and. I think we can say, yeah, let's watch some YouTubes, but let's also continue with book culture. I feel like you're suggesting that we don't need to read. All we really need, evidently, is just some more originality. We need some people who are giving original stuff, because everything that's already been written, well, everyone already knows all of that.